Hi guys, I want to try and put this drawing here to I want to put it to isometric. This is first angle orthographic projection. So uh, this is a full section of I would say this is the right view, and I would say this is the front view right here, right? So this is the front view, full section of the right view, and this is our top view, right? So let's go ahead and put this to isometric. So let's put it to isometric. Let's go to AutoCAD, turn on our isometric drafting, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put on ISO. Yeah, let's put it on ISO. Okay, let's put it on ISO left, right, like this. So I want us to start with that part there. If you see that line there and those two lines on the sides, right? That hidden line just means we have a hidden edge at the back there, right? So it's actually that same hidden line. Then this one is solid because we can actually see it there, and it's at that corner there. So let's try and draw that part first, right? So what we're going to do there is, okay, see that we have a 60 there and we have a 20 there, right? So we have a 60 and a 20. We're going to go there and put a 60 and we put a 20. Maybe let's just say 60, but we know that this line is not there, and let's put that 20 there, right? So now what I want to do is I want to draw that thing that's at the bottom. That okay, before I go there, maybe I can start with maybe this part here, right? I can complete that box there, that rectangular thing, right, from the top view. I can complete it. So I know that this side is 70 and I have a 60 and I have a 70. So I can just complete it for now. I have a 70 and I have a 60, and I can join that point to make that 70 there. And what I can do is I can change to ISO right, then I can draw that 20 and I can join that 70 there. Now what I can do next is I can check what distance I have going down to the center of that arc, which is that arc, and that small circle, which is that small circle, right, which is also shown there. So I see that I have 60 from that corner there. So it's the top edge actually, which is that one. So I have to move 60 from there. So I can say 60 from there, and I'm somewhere there. When I'm somewhere there, what I can do is I can go to elliptical arc. So you go to ellipse, which is there, you expand, you go to elliptical arc, then you go to isocircle, then you go there, and we want to know what our radius of that small circle is. The diameter is 15, so the radius is 7.5. So we need to go and draw a 7.5. And then circle is a complete revolution, so we have to move through an angle of 360 degrees. Then we go back, we check the radius of that arc there. It's 20, so we go and do the same. Go to elliptical arc, go to isocircle, go to that same center, they share the same center, and then you are going to type 20, that's radius, and then we move through angle of, okay, we didn't want it like this, so we have to move anti-clockwise. So always move anti-clockwise when you want to draw an arc in a certain direction. So it's actually 20 like this, right? Then we go from up to there, right? So now what we need to do is we need to go there, and we also need to go there, Then what we need to do is we need to trim that, and maybe trim that, as well. So now what we can do is we can locate our center. For the arc that is there. I see that there is an arc because of, let me show you guys. We have that arc there, right? So we have two arcs of radius, 10 millimeters. So I need to draw that one on that side and that one on that side, right? So for me to draw that arc, I need to locate its center, right? So I locate its center. So for the first one, which is that one, I go to that point. I know that its radius 10, so I know that its center is somewhere from there. I have to go up. I have to go down actually by 10, which would take me somewhere there, right? So after that, what I need to do is, okay, for now, let me just put the line like that. I know my center is right there, right? I can also do the same on that side by 10. I know my center is, okay, I'm saying by 10, I know my center is right there, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select elliptical arc, go to isocircle, right? And then after that, you can go and select that as your center. And what you need to do there is you need to put the radius, which is 10, and then you need to go from there up to there, right? That's the arc that you want there. So what you can do after that is you can trim that, and you have something like that. You can also do the same on that side. You can select isocircle first and then go there, select that, and then your radius is 10. Type in there. You know that your arc is supposed to start from there, going there, because it's a quarter circle, so it has to be through an angle of 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction, right? So because we want it to appear there, right? So we now have that arc there. What we need is to also trim that part and that part, and we have something like that there, right? So we can then remove those. Now what we do is we copy this, we select that, right? We select that as well. We don't need to select that because we know that it won't appear if we because remember we have another arc that's inside, so we have to check by how much we have to go inside, right? So we see that here we have to go by 20, so we're going there by 20. From there to there, it's a 20 there, right? So we go there, go to the center, and we type 20, and when we're there, then what we can do is we can remove that part, and maybe remove that part for now. Now what we can do is we can join that point with that point using quadrant. Make sure quadrant is on. Make sure quadrant is on there, right? So quadrant has to be on the on object snap. So now what we can do, we can trim that part. Then we have something like this here. So the bottom part sorted. So we now need to locate the circles that are at the top. So to do that, what we are going to do is we're going to um, go to our drawing. Let's see by how much we need to go from that edge. It's 60. That's 60 there. So from that edge we go up by 60, and then we go that side by how much? So I think it's much easier to start with the one at the back because we know that this is 6 here, right? So we have to move from there 60 up, and then we move to that side by 6, right? So it's 60 going up from that corner, then 6 going to that side. So we actually start from the midpoint, because we know that relative to this front view, the circles are at the the center lies along this line that passes through the midpoint, right? So uh, let's take that into account. So what we need is to select line, and then we go up by, let's say, by 60. That's what we are given there. So we will 60, we go to that side by 6, and we're somewhere there, right? So what we need now is to draw, or we need to change our isoplane to iso left, and then we need to go to isocircle there after going to elliptical arc, right? So now what we need is to draw those circles. Let's check what their radii are. The biggest one is 25 radius, right? The other one is 15, the other one is 10. So we have 25, 15, and 10. So we go there, 25, and it's a course or complete revolution. The other one is 15. So just say enter, and then we go there to iso circle, and then we go there, a radius of 15, and the last one enter, right? And then iso circle, and then we go there, and then we put a radius of 10, and we have something like that there. But remember, we actually need these at the front there. So we need to check how much we need to move for us to go to the front. So let's check there. We need to move by from there to there, right? That distance is given here. It's 5 plus 10 plus 25. That's going to give us 15 plus 25. So that's actually a 40. So we need to go to the front by 40. So go and say copy selection, set them using that center, change your isoplane to isotop or iso right, and then type 40, and we have something like that there. Then we can remove those ones there, because we know that they won't appear. They won't appear after we put these lines. Let me show you guys. When we put these lines, they won't appear. Enter, we go and join that using quadrant. So we have something like, yeah, we have something like that there. But okay, we also know that this circle here has to be inward by how much? It has to be inward from the center of those circles by some distance. Let's check what that distance is, right? Because remember, it's a C ball. So what we have there is a 5. So since we have a 5, we go there, and we select the circle, we say move, then we move it inward by that amount, right? It's 5, and we have something like so. We will know that we need to trim that part. And now what we need to do is we need to remove that. We also know we need to trim there. Okay, let's trim it. Let's just trim it. Let's trim it now. I don't think we'll need it. So now that we've trimmed that part, we also need to, if you look at it, we have something that looks like a web here, right? Yeah, it's there, right? And it has a width of a thickness rather of 10, right? So we need to put that 10 there. Yeah, it's a line and a line there, and they start from that corner and 10 millimeters apart. So from there to there, we know it's 5. So we know that that's a tangent to that circle, right? since it's a tangent, we need to have an arc there for us to put a tangent. So what I'm saying is that we need to copy that. We need to select it and then copy it, and then at 5, and then at at 15, because it's 5 plus 10, so it's 15. At 5 and at 15, we need something like that. So also at the bottom, we know that we need to have, we need it to be a tangent, so we need a tangent, right? And we need another tangent somewhere there. Let's at 10, right? So I'm using extension there. I'm avoiding drawing a line. So we have something like that. So now we can actually uh, trim that, trim that, trim that, and yeah, trim that like that there, right? So something like, we also need to trim that part. So now what we need to do is we need to draw the other web that's on the front there, right? So for us to get that web, what we need to do is we need to, so I don't think that line there will appear. I don't think we need it for anything now. Let's remove it. So what we need to do is we need to from the midpoint there, we need to check what that web is, right? The web that's on the front. That web is 10 in thickness. So what we need is we need to go there and go 5 on that side. So first do this and go 5 on that side. It's 5. 5, right? So at 5, enter, and then we're somewhere there, right? Maybe just do this so that we get that point. Copy this to 10, and we have it somewhere there, right? We also need maybe another one on those circles there, so we need to have something like from the center there, we need to have something like this maybe. Then we copy it, copy selection by 5 by 5 that side, and we have something like this there, right? So now we just need to connect points. We can connect that point with that intersection there, and we can connect that point with that intersection there, and we have something like this there, right? So we just need to remove that part, that part, that part, that part, and that part like this, and then we can we can trim that part. We can also then put a line that goes up to somewhere there, and put another line that goes from there up to somewhere there, and then a line that goes from that intersection of those two lines, it goes up like that. Then we can trim, right? We can trim, so we'll have something like that there. So that's our drawing. That's the drawing that we're supposed to have. That's the thing that we have. And then, yeah, before you save your drawing, you just need to make sure you click on zoom extents, which is that one there. If you will plot, yeah, you can go ahead and plot your drawing, right? So check my other video for how to fill in the title block, which is the one here, right? So I did it in one of the videos. So um, here you just need to go and say top, and you will have something like that, right? And then maybe you can change your scale. You can go there, change your scale to 1:1 for it to match the one that's on the model space. And then you will have something like this. Then you can go and say export PDF, right? And you will have something like this here. Yeah, so we're done, guys.